Hello, dear students. Anyone able to hear me? Hello, dear students. Anyone able to hear me? Abdul Wasi, roll number 6057. Are you there?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yeah. Only one student. Just I want to confirm one more thing. I will play one video. Just check whether sound is coming or not. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Hello. Yeah. Now tell me, are you getting the sound now?
Z-axis and
Yes,
Roll number
sir.
57.
Get it.
vertical axis, that is
Yes,
Are you
I
able to
can
hear
get
the sound?
sir.
it has
Yes, I can
Okay.
hear.
Thank you.
first is
Okay, sir.
Let us wait for. Okay, let the students come. Only 8 came so far. 57. Roll number 2. 15. Only 21. Okay, let us see what's happening in last classes. So roll number 2. Hello, roll number 2. Are you there? He left. Roll number 2. Please respond. Sai Teja. Roll number
Yes,
2.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So first 10 minutes we will put a question. We'll put some question answers. In last classes, what we have done so far. Okay, we'll discuss like that. Next, roll number 64. Vineet, are you there? Roll number 64. Chandulal. Roll number 6.
Yes, sir.
Please respond whenever I calling your roll number.
हाँ ये क्या है मन बोला रो मालूम मुझे चाहिए
Yes. Okay. Good morning, dear students. Are you able to hear me? Please respond, anyone. Hello.
सर
Prasad sir, good morning.
Good morning, Faisal sir. Yeah. Let us already in last classes we have discussed the static force analysis and dynamic force analysis for slider crank mechanism and 4-bar mechanism. In this class, we would like to go for the gyroscope. Okay. Let me start my presentation for gyroscope, and we will see what's happening in gyroscope. Okay. So let us define what is a gyroscope. So gyroscope is nothing but a disc, or we can define like this: under the action of external forces, the body spins in one axis and tries to rotate in another axis. That effect is called as the gyroscope. 1 second. I'm not able to get the sound. Yes, are you able to hear this sound, dear students? Hello? Dear students, are you able to hear this sound? Please
Yes,
answer.
sir.
Sir,
Yes,
sound
sir.
వినిపిస్తుంది సార్ వీడియోది నాకు
Video sound
మెసేజ్
is
వచ్చింది సౌండ్ రా వినిపించట్లేదా
video sound రావట్లేదు సార్. ఓన్లీ ఆడియో మీది ఒక్కటే సార్.
ఓకే just I will rejoin, I will start again. Just I am leaving and I am starting again. Don't 1 second, I will do this again. Include system audio, right. Now are you able to get this sound, video sound?
spinning
Yeah,
about
sir. It is coming. It is coming now.
Yeah, okay. Just in the meanwhile, we will see this. What is the gyroscope? First, let us see what is that one. So, okay, let me start the slideshow from beginning. So, in unit one more topic we are having is the gyroscope. Okay. So, introduction to gyroscope and definitions we will discuss. Applications of gyroscope, and we are going to discuss how to derive the gyroscopic couple. In gyroscopic couple, we are going to find out the gyroscopic effect on the ships, gyroscopic effect on aeroplane, gyroscopic effect on two-wheeler, and gyroscopic effect on the four-wheeler. If you complete all these topics, you will wind up the syllabus of the unit 1. Now we will see the definition of the gyroscope. How you define the gyroscope? Under the action of external forces, body spins about an axis and free to move in other direction. This statement is called the gyroscope. So just I want to explain this statement. I made that video. Just I have shown that video now. I will put again. That video explains this definition. We will revise again what is a gyroscope. Under the action of external forces, body spins about an axis and free to move in other direction. This statement is called as the gyroscope. That is the definition for the gyroscope. And let us see the applications of the gyroscope. So gyroscope are used for two applications. One is for directional control, and second one is the gyroscopic effect on automobiles and jet engines. So we will discuss about the first one, directional control. So gyroscope is used for directional control as a gyro compass for aeroplane and ships. So in aeroplane and ship, gyro compass is there. It shows the direction of the path where they have to travel. And the second application is this gyroscope is used as inertial guidance control system for missiles. At the same again, it shows the direction for the path of the missiles also. So that is the application for directional control. And second one is the gyroscopic effect occurs in the bearings of automobile engines when takes a turn. Suppose if you are having a two-wheeler or four-wheeler, suppose assume two-wheeler, if you are taking a left turn or right turn, what will happen? The vehicle tilts or bends in one direction, but you are not falling down there. There, gyroscopic effect comes into picture, and you are maintaining the stability when you turn a vehicle, either two-wheeler or four-wheeler. In the curved parts, you tilt the vehicle in one direction. There, in that direction, the vehicle is in stable condition due to the gyroscopic effect. Similarly, this gyroscopic effect occurs in the aeroplanes while changing the direction. This is the application of the gyroscope. One is for directional control. The directional control where a gyro compass is used for aeroplane and ship to show the path of the aeroplane or ship. Similarly, in missiles also to show the path. Next, gyroscopic effect occurs while taking a turn for two-wheeler or four-wheeler and for jet engines. In the shaft of a jet engine while change of the direction. These are the applications of the gyroscope. Now you can see the diagram of a gyroscope here. You can able to see all the, I will explain all the components one by one. Pointer, right. So this is called as a disc. This portion what I am showing, it's called as a disc. This is called as the inner gimbal. This is called as the outer gimbal. This total one is a fixed frame. The components of a gyroscope, you are having three components. This is called as a disc which rotates about its own axis. This portion is called as a disc which rotates about its own axis. This is called as the inner gimbal. This portion is called as the outer gimbal. Now how you define a gyroscope? The disc rotates about its own axis. Here how it rotates? There the cursor I am showing, it will rotate like this. When it is rotating, it tries to move in another direction. That is in precision direction. I will show what is precision, what is disc, everything. Just I want to show the diagram of a gyroscope. Image. Just, are you able to hear me? Dear students, please answer. Hello?
Yes, sir. Sir.
Yeah. Here you in gyroscope you are having three components. One is the disc. This is the inner gimbal. This is the outer gimbal. This is the fixed frame. Here the disc only will rotates. When the disc is rotating, the total next what will happen while rotation? It tries to move in another direction. Okay, that is called as the gyroscopic effect. You can see here a gyroscope consists of a rotor mounted in inner gimbal. The inner gimbal is mounted in the outer gimbal, which itself is mounted on a fixed frame as shown in figure 1. when the rotor spins about x-axis with angular velocity omega radians per second. So this is the rotor or disc which rotates with angular velocity omega radians per second. Next, what will happen? And the inner gimbal precesses or rotates about y-axis. So when the disc or rotor rotates about x-axis, the inner gimbal tries to rotate or tries to move in y-axis. So when the disc is rotating and the inner gimbal tries to move in y direction, here the disc rotates in x-axis. Under this rotational motion, this inner gimbal tries to rotate in or tries to rotate, or I can say tries to move in y-axis. Then a special mechanism is forced to turn about z-axis other than its own axis. Just remember the statement. The special mechanism is forced to turn about z-axis other than its own axis of rotation, and thus gyroscopic effect is thus set up. The resistance to this motion is called as the gyroscopic effect. Just I will explain again. Here you are having the disc or rotor. Here you can have three types of motions: one in x-axis, one in y-axis, and one in the z-axis. In the x-axis, the disc starts rotating. When the disc starts rotates or spins about x-axis, what will happen? It tries to move along in y direction. That is in precision motion. So when this is happening, a special mechanism is forced to turn the total system about the z-axis other than its own axis of rotation. So when these two are rotating, a special mechanism tries to rotate the setup in the z direction. Thus, gyroscopic effect is set up. The resistance to the motion in z-axis is called as the gyroscopic effect. The resistance to the motion in the z-axis is called as the gyroscopic effect. I will explain clearly with the diagrams. Now, are you able to just see what is happening here? Here you are having a disc or rotor which rotates in the x-axis. When it is rotating, the disc tries to move in y-axis. When this is happening, what will happen? A special mechanism will comes into picture. This tries to move in z-axis. When it tries to move in z-axis, then gyroscopic effect is set up. The resistance to this gyroscopic effect, the resistance to this motion is called as the gyroscopic effect. Okay, I will explain still further. This is the introduction to the gyroscope. You can see here. We will see what is the angular motion. This is the disc rotor. What is the direction of this rotor? It tries to rotate clockwise. Or this I am called as a blue line. I am called as the spin axis. This circle is a disc. This is the front view. This is the top view. This is the angular motion. I rotates with angular momentum, which is equal to I into omega. If you see this arrow mark, it is moving in this direction. When the disc is rotating in clockwise, the disc tries to move in forward direction. Similarly, when the disc rotates in anti-clockwise, in what direction it will move? Can anyone answer? Backward direction. Okay. If you rotate the disc in clockwise motion, this tries to move in forward. If you rotate in anti-clockwise, this tries to move in backward. You can this demonstrate with your pen. Try to keep your pen and rotate the cap. If you rotate in clockwise motion, the pen is moving in forward direction. If you rotate in anti-clockwise direction, this is moving in anti-clock. The pen is moving in the anti-clockwise direction. This is the angular motion of the spin. Here you can see a rigid body spinning at constant angular velocity omega radians per second about a spin axis through the mass center. The angular momentum h of the spinning body is represented by the vector whose magnitude is I omega. Means when the disc is rotating, when the disc is rotating in clockwise motion, it tries to move in forward direction. Whenever the disc is moving in spin axis, it is having momentum. What type of momentum it is having? Angular momentum. That angular momentum is denoted with the letter h. The angular momentum is denoted with the letter h, which is represented by I omega. The formula for angular momentum is given as h is equals to I omega. This is the angular motion I want to say. Here you are having a disc which is rotating about the spin axis in clockwise direction. Under this condition, the disc tries to move in forward direction. Whenever it is trying to move forward direction, it is having angular momentum, which is denoted with the letter h. H is now equals to I omega. This shows the front view of the disc. This shows the top view of the disc. Now we will see what is the gyroscopic couple. Consider a rotary body of mass m having radius of gyration k mounted on the shaft supported at two bearings. Let the rotor spins or rotates about x-axis with constant angular velocity omega radians per second. Thus, x-axis is called as the spin axis, y-axis is called as the rotation axis, and z-axis is called as the torque axis, or you can call it as a couple axis. I'll show the diagram regarding this. Yeah, you can see this. This is the disc which is rotating. You can see the three types of motions. This x into x dash is called as the spin axis. X and x dash is called as the spin axis. And y dash is called as the precision axis. Y and y dash is called as the precision axis. So spin axis is x axis, precision axis is the y axis, and z axis is the couple axis. Z and z dash is the couple axis. Now you see, now when the disc is rotating in clockwise motion, when the disc is rotating in clockwise motion, how it will move? It will move in the forward direction. So the motion of the disc is represented with the vector OA, which shows the forward motion. The rotational spin of the disc is represented with the vector OA, which moves in forward direction. Already we discussed earlier. When the disc rotates in clockwise direction, this moves in forward. When the disc rotates in anti-clockwise direction, this moves the backward direction. Remember this statement. When the disc rotates in clockwise motion, it moves forward direction. When the disc rotates in anti-clockwise motion, this moves in negative direction. Okay. Now the disc is rotating clockwise. Whenever the disc rotates in clockwise, it is having the angular momentum. The angular momentum of the vector is given with the letter h. So OA is the angular momentum of the disc which moves in forward direction. Already we have defined gyroscopic couple. How we are defining? A body rotates and tries to move in another direction. That is called as a gyroscope. Again I am saying how we define a gyroscope. A body spin about one axis and tries to move in another direction. Here this OA is the x-axis. This OA represents the x-axis. The disc spins about x-axis. And next what is happening? The disc is, while spinning, the disc tries to move in y direction. You can see this portion is called as the y. Vertical perpendicular to OA gives the y. For this is the y-axis. Now in this direction, the disc is spinning and moving with angular velocity I omega. While spinning, what is happening? The disc moves by an angle d theta. I have shown here angle d theta. The disc moves by an angle d theta. That is called as the gyroscope. Whenever a body spins about its own axis and tries to move in another direction, here the disc is moving in the x-axis and tries to move in y-axis by an angle theta, d theta, by an angle d theta. Under these conditions, gyroscope effect will set up. Now are you able to understand what is happening here? This is the disc which rotates in clockwise direction. When it rotates clockwise direction, the disc will move forward. When the disc rotates anti-clockwise direction, the disc will move in and backward direction. Now when the disc is rotating, it is having angular velocity and it tries to move in due to clockwise motion, it tries to move in forward direction. This motion are represented with the line OA, which is having angular momentum h, which is having angular momentum h. H is equals to I omega. This angle is d theta. Now under these conditions, what is happening? The disc tries to move in this direction, y-axis, by an angle d theta. Now h is the angular momentum along OA. What this will become? OB? Change in angular momentum, h plus dh. Okay. Now AB is the vector. We need to find the gyroscopic couple through AB. Okay, I will next slide I will go. Why it is not coming? Pen. Okay, pen option is not coming properly. I will show. I will try again. Pointer options. Screen. White screen. Okay. Okay, what is happening here? Hello, are you able to hear me? Please, dear students, please respond. Hello?
Yes,
Sir,
yes, sir.
Hello? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Right. When the disk is
Yes, sir.
moving in clockwise direction, what is happening? It tries to move straight line. Okay. This is the angular momentum of the disk. Now, what is happening? The disk moves by an angle d theta in y-axis. This is the change in angle of the disk. This is the OA is the vectorial representation of the disk which moves in spin axis or x axis. What is happening? The disk goes to the new position. This is now what is the change in angular momentum here? When it moves new position, this is h plus dh is the change in angular momentum of the new position. The OA is the position of the spin vector which is having angular momentum h. This moves by an angle d theta. Now the new angular momentum of the disk is h plus dh. This is vectorial representation AB. Now from this we try to find out the gyroscopic couple. I am trying to write here. How you can write the value of AB here from this? AB is equals to OA into this OA vector changes by an angle delta theta. Okay. What is OA again? Angular momentum of the disk. OA is nothing but angular momentum of the disk, which is given as h into delta theta. What is h again? Earlier I have shown the angular momentum h is given by the equation I into omega. Now AB is equals to I into omega into delta theta, where I omega is the angular momentum which represents with the letter h. Now what is AB here? Now how you represent AB? AB is nothing but dh, change in angular momentum. Earlier h is angular momentum. It changes the angular momentum dh by an angle d theta. Now AB is nothing but change in angular momentum. I am representing with the letter dh, which is equals to I into omega into delta theta. Now what we are going to do? Differentiate this with respect to time. I am writing like this: dh by dt is equals to I into omega into del theta by dt. Now dh, change in angular momentum with respect to time, is called as the couple. Change in angular momentum with respect to time is called as the couple. Now I am showing dh by dt is equals to c, which is equals to I into omega into del theta by dt. Now what is dt by change in angle with respect to time? Where the change in angle is taking place? Change in angle is taking place around y-axis. Change in angle is taking place around y-axis. With respect to time, the angle is being changed. What is y-axis is called as the precision axis. Now I can write like this: couple is equals to I into omega into precision axis. This is also again rotational velocity only. Change in angle is nothing but rotational velocity with respect to time. That's why I'm written it as omega p. I'll write like this: omega s, I into omega s into omega p, which is nothing but couple. I omega s is the spin axis, angular momentum along the spin axis, where I is the moment of inertia of the disk. Omega s is the angular velocity of the disk around the spin axis. That's why I've written s. S is the angular velocity of the spin. S is the angular velocity of the spin. Now this d theta by dt, change in angle with respect to time, where the angle is being changing taking place around y axis. That's what that y axis is nothing but precision. That's why I'm written it as omega p. Now this couple, the derivation of gyroscopic couple comes like this. C is equals to I omega s into omega p. This is the derivation for the gyroscopic. Yes.
I think the
Please,
gyroscope is going in anti-clockwise direction. No?
What I'm saying, rotates in here. It is showing anti-clockwise maybe. Just imagine it rotates in clockwise. It has to move in forward direction. That is what I'm saying.
I thought you were explaining
Okay.
this diagram.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now you can see. Now this rotates in clockwise motion. Just in point of view, it is showing differently. Now you can see this rotor shows the clockwise. Now the disc rotates in forward motion along the vector OA. You can see here along the vector OA, it tries to move in forward direction. Now what is happening? The disc is spinning and moving in forward direction. While it is spinning along the x-axis, it tries to move by an angle d theta along y-axis. When the disc is rotating, moving along x-axis, it moves by an angle d theta along y-axis. Before that, h is the initial velocity, initial angular momentum. Now, how it is moving d theta? This much length it has moved. Now, this angular momentum h changes to the dh. This is the new vector, position of the new vector in the y-axis, which is given as h plus dx. So now I am writing like this: change in angular momentum dh, which is given by ab, which is equals to OA into d theta or del theta. OA is the angular momentum of the spin vector, which is given as h into change in angle. But I know h is angular momentum, which is equals to I omega into delta theta. Now I can write like this: AB is equals to I omega and delta theta. This omega is the angular velocity of the spin. Remember, this omega is the angular velocity of the spin. You can see here dh is equals to I omega into del theta. Now what I am doing? I am differentiating with respect to time. I will demonstrate this. Don't worry. Now itself, I will show the video how we are getting all these things. So okay, this is nothing but differentiate with respect to time, which is given as dh by dt, which is equals to I into omega into change in angle with respect to time. Now I am writing dh by dt is the couple. C is equals to I omega into d theta by dt. I am writing C is equals to I omega s into omega p. This total term, change in angle with respect to time, is called as the precision velocity. Change in angle with respect to time is called as the precision velocity. You can see here. Omega p is equals to change in angle with respect to time, or I can write like this: d theta by dt. That's why I represent like this. Okay. Any doubts regarding this up to now? Just we are having a disc. When it rotates in clockwise direction, it moves forward with angular momentum h. Just let me revise one more time. Here we are having a disc which rotates in clockwise direction. While rotating clockwise direction, it is moving in forward path, which is represented by the vector OA. I am written here OA, which is having angular momentum h. Now what is happening? While having angular momentum h, it tries to move in another direction. Means it tries to move in y-axis. Initial OA is the x-axis. It tries to move along y-axis by an angle d theta. Before that, OA is having angular momentum h. While it is moving y-axis, this angular momentum h changes to the dh. Now I am joining OB. Now the angular momentum of the new position is h plus dh. Now I want to find out the change in angular momentum dh. dh represented by the vector AB. AB is equals to, I am writing OA into, how I am getting AB? OA multiplied by the change in angle. del theta. OA is the initial angular momentum h. H into change in angle d theta. Now OA, now this is dh is nothing but AB. I have written here AB is equals to I omega del theta. AB is nothing but change in angular momentum dh, which is equals to I omega into del theta. Now what I am doing, I am differentiating this with respect to time. dh by dt is equals to I omega into del theta by dt. Now what I am saying, change in, change in angular momentum or change in angle with respect to time is called as the precision velocity. So this vector is changing the angle towards y-axis direction. In y-axis what I am having? Precision axis. That's why I am writing it as del t by dt, which is equals to d theta by dt. Now dh by dt is the gyroscopic couple C, which is equals to I omega into del t by del t dt, d theta by dt. Now C is equals to I into omega s into omega p. Omega p is nothing but change in angle with respect to time, or d theta by dt. I will demonstrate this by video. Just go through it. 10 minutes video only. Okay. Then we are having any doubts, please raise me. Now you can see, just first go through this video, after I will explain. Are you able to get the voice?
And verify the gyroscopic principle. For that, first we will study the theory behind gyroscopic principle. What is gyroscope first? So this is gyroscope. It consists of rotating rotor, inner gimbal and outer gimbal, which is not over here for modification of setup. Because of this arrangement, it has 3 degrees of freedom. First is spinning about x-axis, rotation about z-axis and precession about vertical axis, that is y-axis. Means it has 3 degrees of freedom. First is spinning about x-axis, tilting about z-axis and precession about vertical axis. Because of this 3 degrees of freedom, we will get a unique gyroscopic principle that when we start this setup with the help of motor, and when rotor is spinning about x-axis already, and when a mass or external mass or couple is applied on this gyroscope, instead of falling down like this, right now it is falling down due to application of load, but when the rotors start spinning about x-axis and when we apply external load or couple, instead of falling down, it starts precess in a perpendicular plane or about a perpendicular axis. This unique principle is known as gyroscopic principle. This gyroscopic principle has wide application in aeroplane, while steering a ship in water, when we drive two-wheeler and when we are taking a turn along a curved path. To balance that, to counteract the active gyroscopic couple, we tilt vehicle by some angle. It is actually application of reactive gyroscopic couple. So as I said, when external load is applied during the rotor is spinning about x-axis, instead of falling down due to external mass, it precesses in a perpendicular plane about a vertical axis. This is known as gyroscopic principle. So earlier we have studied what is the gyroscopic experimental setup. Now we will study how to calculate the magnitude of gyroscopic couple. The gyroscopic couple magnitude is calculated by R into omega b, where C is the gyroscopic couple, I is the mass moment of inertia of rotor. So that is calculated by m into k square, where m is the mass of rotor, it is given 6.3 kg, k is the radius of gyration of rotor, which is r by root 2, and where r is 0.15. So with the help of observation given, we can calculate mass moment of inertia of rotor. Then omega, as I have written over here, it's the angular velocity. Omega is equal to 2 pi n by 60. This n is the RPM of rotor. We can calculate it with the help of tachometer. Then omega p, as I said, that when external force is applied, instead of falling down, it precesses, means it rotates about a vertical plane. This precession, angular velocity of precession is very important. And in our setup, we will calculate by omega p, means angular velocity of precession, we will calculate by theta by t. Theta means we will assume some angle, let's say 50 or 70 degree. How much time is required to cover that much angle? It is theta by t. Means suppose for 50 degree, how much time is required? Let's say 70 degree, how much time is required? With the help of this, we will calculate omega p. We will take the reading of gyroscopic couple for 3 different masses. First reading will be for 1 kg, second will be for 1.5 kg, and third will be for 2 kg. According to gyroscopic principle, as soon as we apply the mass, instead of falling down, it will precess about a perpendicular axis. So, earlier we have studied the theory behind gyroscopic principle and the formula. Gyroscopic couple is equal to I into omega p. Now we actually calculate the gyroscopic principle. For that, this setup is run with the help of motor, and speed will be varied by thermostat. Now first we will measure the RPM with the help of tachometer, and we have measured already, it is about 1600 RPM. Then let's say we have to calculate the precessional angular velocity. For that we should know the angle theta. Let's say for 60 degree. So for 60 degree, how much time is required to overcome this? Here a circular reading is given. So now mass is applied. Now you can see when external mass is applied, instead of falling down, it is precessing about a vertical axis. So we will note down the time required to cover a 60 degree angle, and then we will do the calculation. So this is observation table. We have taken reading for 1 kg. We have measured the RPM of rotor with the help of tachometer.
Yeah, dear students, are you able to understand what is happening there? Dear students, please answer. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You can see a disc which is rotating about its own axis. When you put a load, what is happening? When you put a load on the disc, it has to fall down actually. But it is not happening. It's tilting. The tilting is happening in the Z direction. So this is the motion of the disc which rotates in, clockwise. Disc is rotating in clockwise motion. While rotating clockwise motion, at the same time what they are putting, how you define gyroscope again? Under the influence of external forces. Body rotates and tries to move in other direction. That is called as the gyroscopic effect. I am defining again. Under the influence of external forces. Body rotates about its own axis and tries to move in another direction. That is called as the gyroscopic effect. Earlier I have shown here. You can see here. Under the action of external forces, body spins about an axis and free to move in other direction. This statement is called as the gyroscope. As we have seen in this video,
Theta by t, means suppose for 50 theta is equal to 2 pi. So earlier we had with the help of motor, and then
so in this video what is happening? The disc is rotating in this motion. Now this is the position where you are putting a load. When you put a load, what will happen? It has to fall either left side or right side. But what is happening? It is tilting. At the same time, this is rotating in y-axis. This statement is called as the gyroscopic effect. Okay. In this video, they have calculated the gyroscopic couple also. Next, we will go through it how to calculate the gyroscopic couple. Okay, last class, one student asked me, sir, show me how to calculate the torque acting on the link to T2. You got it? One student has asked me the question, sir, show me the presentation, how to calculate the torque acting on the link T2. Link 2. torque acting on the link 2. I will show that one. Just please go through it.
Arc,
Just you want only that portion only.
torque. So let draw the 2. That is, it has two forces. One is at A, we call link
Can
3.
see it?
Sorry, will draw the free body diagram of link 3 of link 4. So now we'll draw the free body diagram of link 2, which is also in static equilibrium, and link OA, that is link 2, is a body with two forces and a torque. So let draw the link OA, which is inclined at an angle of 120 degree to horizontal. It has two forces. One is at A because of this link 3, and another is at point O because of the link 1. So the force at point A is because of this link 3 on link 2, that is F32, and the force at point O is F12, that is force due to link 1 on link 2. And since the link is in static equilibrium, F32 and F12 are equal and opposite and are parallel to each other, and they are separated by a distance h. So by measurement we get h equals to 75 mm, and these two lines, let me make it clear that line F32 is parallel to this AB, or we can say F23. So we have drawn a line that is, we can say, with horizontal it is 11.1 degree. So we'll draw a line of 11.1 degree with horizontal from point A also and from point O also, and we'll draw line which is perpendicular to this two parallel lines, which is approximately 75 mm by measurement. So the torque T, as we know that this torque T is equal and opposite to the couple, so it will be in the clockwise direction, and its magnitude will be F32 into H or F12 into H, and F32 we know that it is 2.04 kilonewton and H is 75 mm. So by measurement and with the representation we can calculate T equals to 153 Newton meter, and its direction is clockwise. So if you practice it once, it will be very easy and clear to you. Hope you understand. Thank you.
Yeah, hope you understand how you drawn the free body diagram of link 2. Still any doubts are there? Please respond, dear students. So with this I will wind up the class. Gyroscopic couple. Please, anyone having any doubts, please respond, dear students. Okay, roll number 1, are you there? If you don't respond, I will keep absent. Roll number 1 is not responding.
Yes, sir, I am there.
2. Yeah, please respond.
Yes,
Whenever
sir.
I'm calling roll number, please respond. Next, roll number 32. Roll number 32.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Yeah. 55. Roll number 55. Please respond. Roll number 73.
Sir.
Okay. 100.
73
Roll number 100. 302. Not responding. Please respond.
Yes, sir.
I'll keep up. Yeah.
Yes,
So anyone having any doubts? Today's class, gyroscopic couple. So in the gyroscopic couple, we should know. Yeah, okay, leave it. Attendance. Just I'm revising again what I have done. We have derived the gyroscopic couple derivation. And we have seen one demonstration how the motion is taking place. The disc is rotating in clockwise. It moves in one direction. While the disc is rotating, it tries to rotate along the y-axis. When this is happening, gyroscopic couple will act into the picture. Due to this gyroscopic couple, instead of falling down, it tries to balance. On the gyroscopic experimental setup, we are putting a load. When you put a load, what will happen? It has to fall down. but it is fixing at that point or maintaining that position due to the gyroscopic couple only. Okay. Similarly, I'm saying about two-wheeler. When you take a turn, what will happen? You will tilt the vehicle by an angle theta. It is remaining in that position only due to gyroscopic couple. Okay. Next class, I will show some more videos regarding the gyroscopic couple, and I will continue the next class. In the meanwhile, let me take the attendance. Not downloading. Attendance రావట్లేదనా? It's slow ఉందా? అవునేమో. Huh? It's slow ఉంది. Attendance download అవ్వట్లేదనా? Just don't
Sir,
even-
can you please share that video dynamic force analysis of slider crank mechanism?
No, it's I'm in next class. I will show you. Okay.
No, share it, sir. Share it in the chat or share it in WhatsApp group.
Definitely. Some students suggest me to put in YouTube, and that is having high size, huge size, which is not able to send in the WhatsApp. That is the problem I am having. I will send soon. Don't worry. I'm trying. I will send within 1 or 2 days. I will overcome the problem. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Please don't leave. I'm taking the attendance. Just in Teams, I'm not getting. Let me log in through the Chrome app. Please don't leave for 2 minutes. Download. Thank you, dear students.